Hello Commanders, welcome back to the command table. I am Mathermar and we're continuing with our journey walkthrough. We are going to get halfway through the Sky Temple by doing the first half of Map 2, Battles 191 through 195. So if you like what you see here, please do like, subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, hit that notification bell. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave those below. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Battle 191. Oh, wow, that is really loud. Let's turn that down for everybody. Alright, so we have 2 Mind Corruptors with some Mind Shrooms in the very back. We also have an Ancient Tree and 3 sets of Shield Bearers. So I've placed these bomb bots slightly back from that front line in order to compensate for the Ancient Tree. So this way the bombs won't be exploded before the shield bearers can reach them. Also, I've resolved the primary threat of the Mind Corruptors by using 2 sets of Assassins and placing them in such a way that they should not conflict with the Mind Shrooms. So they're going to be, this one should spawn ahead of the Shrooms as well as this one. We also have some ranged DPS, ran out of ranged DPS so I threw in the Arcane Archer there, but the Ember Fiend and the 2 sets of Archers would be plenty to take out the Ancient Tree. So that was my thinking for this one. We'll go ahead and run it. Okay, the bombs make it to the shield bearers just fine, and the assassins end up doing most of the heavy lifting on that tree. But yeah, a lot of these you'd be able to get done with even lower level units, since not all the units were even necessary. Okay, Battle 192. We have 4 brutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 6 brutes actually, 5, 6. So 6 brutes and 3 sets of warhounds. So it's all melee, so why not just throw some thorn guards up front with a battle drummer, and that would do almost all of the work. Since we have a paladin, I went ahead and threw it in, but you could accomplish the same thing with the Valkyrie by itself, because it would heal 1 thorn guard, and that's all you need to keep alive. You could also put a Draining Spirit on this, and the Valkyrie would be able to keep a thorn guard alive with that Draining Spirit, and everything that runs into it would just die all that much faster. The only downside with that is that the brutes do have a little bit of a ranged attack with their melee, that it's they're able to attack from further back. So the Draining Spirit isn't as ideal, but it would certainly resolve those warhounds even faster. You'd probably take less damage from the Draining Spirit than you would from the warhounds. So I've tagged on the Paladin to keep everything topped off, and then we've got our Ember Fiend to do percentage-based damage, since these are very high health units, and we've got our Archers to do focus fire on whatever unit is closest. So let's go ahead and run this one, and we'll see how it plays out. Okay, Paladin's gonna stay topped off from the Valkyrie, and everything else is dying very quickly as far as the warhounds, and then you see that percentage-based damage on anything that's getting burned. It's just very, very nice having that burn condition on your side. Alright, there it is. A lot of different ways that one could be done. That's just how I decided to do it. Okay, moving on to 193. Let's have a look. Okay, we have 4 Earth Elementals. We have 2 Molten Armors and 1 Devourer. So I decided that I would just delete the Molten Armors with my level 7 bomb bots. Those are sufficient to just knock them out entirely. Then I've got a Crystal Spire, 2 sets of Shield Bearers, and 2 sets of Hammer Throwers to kind of carry for a long-term hold with these melee units, and then the Crystal Spire is going to be able to burn down a lot of the splits that come out of that. Also, a lot of it's just going to be beating itself to death on the Thorn Guards. So nothing terribly complicated about this one. I just figured it was best to remove the burn condition from the equation. So we designated our bomb bots for those. Oh, and I've got that one more bomb bot hidden back there to take out the bulk of the Devourer's health. One more upgrade on that bomb bot and it would one-shot him. So now all the shield bearers are doing a great job holding everything back. The hammer throwers and the crystal spire providing some healthy sustained DPS to grind through. You could possibly place your melee units just slightly back, and that would put a lot more things in range of the crystal spire, but you'd probably not want to put the spire forward. Maybe just move your units back slightly in order to allow everything to be in range of the crystal spire. Okay, let's go on to 194. Alright, Elven Ruins. Okay, we have 3 sets of assassins. We've got 4 arcane archers and 3 sets of arcane blades. So for the arcane blades, I opted for the use of the plague bearers because they provide a lot of bodies for the arcane blades to blink through, and they'll most likely get tagged with the plague while they're at it, which will slow them down and make it to where they're not attacking nearly as much. I also have my assassins ready to pop over and take out all 4 of those arcane archers. The thorn guards in the back will be totally sufficient to take out all 3 groups of assassins, especially since I've placed my drummer out of harm's way by tagging it onto the crystal spires, which enables the thorn guards to still be in range of the drummer without putting the drummer where the assassins will be. Once the assassins hit the thorn guards, the crystal spires will be able to see them and will fire on them immediately. You could do something a little different up here with the plague bearers than what I did, because the arcane archers are going to pick whatever unit is closest in terms of their circular radius, and they're going to shoot through, which may actually cause them to shoot at your crystal spires. So you could even split your plague bearers slightly, but you just have to be sure that your crystal spires are able to reach the arcane blades. So let's go ahead and run it. Alright, archers gone, assassins all revealed and burned by the crystal spires, and then all the arcane blades plagued and killed by the crystal spires. Alright, one more and we'll call it for this video. 195. Okay, we have 3 arcane archers, 2 stormcallers, and 3 sets of thorn guards. So you know, there's ways to just blow up the thorn guards, but you would most likely have to include barrier monk in some fashion if you're just going to do that right off the bat, just because the assassins may not get the stormcallers down before they get a couple shots off, and that might blow up your bomb bots. I'm not terribly concerned about that. I'd actually rather have my assassins in the way back to take out the arcane archers and then run forward to take out the stormcallers. With the brute placed right on the front line and the Valkyrie about halfway back, just making sure that your Valkyrie's closer to your brute, it'll make sure that that's the unit that it tags onto. If the Ember Fiend was even slightly up, it would be closer and the Valkyrie may latch onto that instead. So you definitely want to make sure it's on your brute, but also that you're far enough back to where the Stormcallers won't be able to chain their chain lightning through the brute to your Valkyrie. So you want to make sure there's enough space there. I've placed these 2 bomb bots there so that once the arcane archers are dead and the assassins move forward and kill the stormcallers, those bomb bots will arrive just in time to blow up most of these thorn guards. So that makes it to where I don't need a barrier monk at all, and the Ember Fiend will be there to help do percentage-based damage to those heavy health melee units. So that's the strat. Let's go ahead and run it. Alright, Arcane Archer's gone, Stormcaller gone. Okay, a little bit of Chain Lightning tagged some of my units, but it wasn't long enough to matter. And now our Ember Fiend is going to provide the percentage-based damage to clean up whatever's left. All right, nice and smooth. So that is battles 191 through 195. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Also check out the commandtable.com, where we have tutorials, raid strats, and coming soon we'll have merchandise and comic strips. Thanks for watching. We will have more for you soon.